Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ariana, and today I'm kind of gonna give you a life update somewhat. So I'm self-quarantining right now, so obviously I'm talking somewhat about the coronavirus. So I don't have it. I'm just self-quarantining, and I'm just beyond bored at this point. It's been like, I don't know, 7 or 8 days since I've been home, and I only left maybe like 2 or 3 times, and I'm just really bored. So I kind of just want to give you a life update, how I've been feeling over the past like 8 or so days, and then I want to give you an update about my Aruba trip because stuff has happened with that. So that's kind of what this video is going to be about, and if you want to stay for it, stay, and if you want to leave, just click off now. So let's just get right on into the video. So I guess I'll first talk about my Aruba trip, just because my last video was about my Aruba trip. If you haven't seen my last video, go and check it out. It is me trying to figure out what clothes I should bring for my Aruba trip, but that's not happening no more. So me and my family booked a trip to Aruba last August, and it was supposed to be on April 4th, so it was literally only like 2 weeks away, just about. We got so close. But obviously coronavirus happened, and we were still planning on going because like at the time it wasn't like too bad, but now it's obviously more not popular, but it's spreading, and it's a lot in Massachusetts, and we were like, okay, maybe we'll still go if it's not in Aruba. But then as of last weekend, only like, I don't know, 5 or so days ago, they got their first 2 cases, and now their 2 cases has turned into 4 cases, and we're like, okay, it's not worth the risk. So we were trying to figure out new dates to go, but then even if we still wanted to go, we couldn't have, because now Aruba put like a nationwide, like, not a lockdown, I don't think, but they're not letting inbound or outbound flights anymore from like other countries, so we couldn't go anyways. But they're only doing that until March 31st, but I really think it's going to get extended. And then today they posted the Divi all-inclusive Aruba, where I was gonna go, posted on their Instagram that all people that planned on coming until like March 31st are now getting canceled and refunded, and anyone through April 1st to April 31st can rebook their trips up until December 21st. We're like, oh, okay, we can do that. So we're now, well, we did replan our trip, but let me tell you, like, it was hard to reschedule it. Like, they made it so difficult to reschedule. It was easier to book it than just to reschedule it. So when we booked our trip, we did it through the Divi all-inclusive, and we did like the hotel and flight package just so it would be easier and cheaper. So we had to rebook the flight and the hotel, but everyone that we called didn't know how to help us, kept connecting us to other people that didn't know how to help us, kept saying we'd get calls back, kept saying we'd get emails back, and over like a 4 to 5 day span, nothing came back, and we would call every day. I mean, I know we were probably being a little like too much, but it was in 2 weeks we wanted to figure out, and each time we weren't receiving any information back, so we felt like we were getting ignored and tossed around. So we ended up talking to the US office, because eventually the US office kept saying they couldn't see all reservations and would transfer us back to the hotel themselves offices, and then they wouldn't know what to do just because of the flight portion. So I don't know. So eventually someone from the US office helped us, and we talked to her on the phone for a little bit. She was really nice, and then she was emailing me a lot. So we were now going to go August 1st to August 8th. We wanted to go further out just to be like safe about everything. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it is gone by then. But I'm supposed to be, if you hear barking, that's my dog, and I'm sorry, I can't make her stop. So I'm supposed to be starting esthetician school August 10th, but I don't know if that's happening anymore just because everything that's going on. The school that I was gonna go to, Catherine Hines, is like closed down right now, so I feel like all the classes that are happening currently are gonna get pushed, and then so I don't know what's gonna happen for myself, but I didn't want to risk booking a trip for later and then still having school and then not being able to go, because I can't miss school. Like, I think if you miss more than 30 hours you get kicked out, and whenever you miss something you have to make it up on your own on a Saturday, and I just don't want to do that. And I'd be gone for 8 days, so it's like, there goes my 30 hours right there, then I'd be kicked out of school. So we're going now August 1st or August 8th. We are still booked with like the same room. We originally booked beachside rooms, and then they didn't have that, so they were gonna put us in poolside. But I guess the resort manager, I think, put us back for beachside, which is nice. I mean, I didn't mind having either or, but it's nice having what we originally booked. So, and then we had to do the flight portion on our own. That took a little bit to figure out. So luckily there was flights still for that time. And me and everyone who were going are all gonna sit together still. So I'm happy about that. So that got situated. I'm just like upset that we got 2 weeks away and now it got canceled. Like I wish it was a few weeks ago so we could have gone, because like I'm still happy to go and excited to go. I just wish it was more in like a winter or a fall time we were going, since now we're gonna go in the summer, so it's already kind of warm here. Like if anyone else feels the same way about that. I mean, I do, I don't know. But I also got some new clothes and stuff for Aruba, so when it gets closer I guess I'll do another Aruba clothing haul. So that'll be fun, because now I can show you guys some of the new things I got for it. So now just to talk to you guys about like the past 8 days or so for me. They've been a journey. So I am still working in a home family daycare, but I couldn't go anymore because my cousin came into contact with someone who had the virus, and then she saw my grandparents, and then a few days later I saw my grandparents. But everywhere I called said that I was fine and that I was so many degrees away and people that I didn't need to worry. But my work still didn't want me coming in. They wanted me staying home for 2 weeks. So that was officially, like, today's Thursday. That was last Wednesday or Thursday. So I've been home. I feel fine, but I guess they wanted me just to stay home, like for the comfort of the parents. So that's where I've been with that. It was a rough first few days, because at first me and my boyfriend weren't allowed to see each other, but then we ended up seeing each other, so that made it easier. But that was rough. And then so last Thursday is when I didn't work for the first day, and then that next day, that Friday, me, my sister, and her boyfriend ended up going to Market Basket just to get stuff, because everyone was panicking. Like I understand why people are panicking, but I mean, like at Market Basket it was like a zoo. So I was like, okay, we should probably go before there's like nothing left for us. So we went to Restaurant Depot first, and there was really nothing there that we needed, and it wasn't packed there at all. But so we ended up going to Market Basket, and it was like a zoo. There was no carriages. There was already lines. Like they opened at 7 and we got there at 7:20 maybe, and it was insane. Like it was something else. I've never seen like that before. The aisles, there were some stuff in the aisles, things like where you wouldn't expect, like cleaning stuff. There wasn't that many things. There's no meat, no fish, just like a little remaining stuff. So like I had my own little those little carts, I forget what it's called. I won, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend like went on a hunt for a carriage, and I was like filling my little thing up, my sister was filling her little thing up. We separated. He found a carriage, we'd like put stuff back in the carriage and split again, just to speed things up, because it was crazy in there. And then I ended up on the paper towel aisle just to see if there was any paper towels, and of course there wasn't, but there was some napkins, so I was grabbing napkins. And then there was these employees on the aisle like unboxing toilet paper to put on the shelves, and when people saw toilet paper, like I don't even know how to describe to you how they reacted. They were sprinting down the aisle to get the toilet paper. I was like, Jesus. Like I was already on the aisle, so I just picked one up and put it in my little thing, because I was like, okay, I'm right here. But people were running down the aisle, taking it out of the employees' hands. The employees just started dropping it on the floor, and people were snatching it, and I was like, oh my god, like it was insane how people were acting to grab toilet paper. I was like, you know, you could be like respectful about it, but no, they were like freaking out, rushing like it's like the most prized possession, and like I guess currently right now it is. Like you can't find it anywhere. So that's how that went. And then it was like really hot in the store. We were all sweating really bad, and then eventually we got in line. So the line was something else. So there was the registers, and then with our Market Basket, it goes to like the registers, and then it goes all the flowers, and then it goes bakery, and then down going this direction is frozen stuff, then fruits, and then we go back this way and it goes to like lettuce and stuff, then meat. I mean, that probably didn't make sense to you guys, but we were all the way back there, like through that direction to the meat. Like that's how long the line was. So they were like speaking on the intercom, asking people to turn their carriages like sideways, and it was just a mess. So I get back to my sister who was waiting in line with the carriage. I put my stuff in and we start waiting, and then we all move up to turn our carriage sideways and helped move it up a lot. But then all of a sudden I just felt horrible. I felt like I got hit with the flu. Like, it was so bad. I started sweating so bad I thought I was gonna throw up, and then I started seeing like black patches, and I was like, oh god, like not right now. So a few years ago I used to like pass out frequently, not like too frequently, but I've passed out maybe like at least 5 or 6 times in my life. I fainted. But it's been a few years since that's happened, so I was like, oh, not right now, because I was like, if I sit on the floor and start feeling sick, people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, like get her away from us. And I know, like, I understand why, but I was like, I don't want that to happen. So I had the credit card, I gave it to my sister, and I was like, I gotta go sit in the car, I need some air. So I was like rushing out of the store. So I was on the whole opposite end of the store than the exit, and I was like rushing out, seeing black patches. I was like moving through people, cutting people off, and they were like looking at me. I felt bad, but I was like, I need air. So I got outside, and then the air felt so good because it was so cold out. And then I got to my car, and I was just laying there, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? I felt so sick. And then after like a couple of minutes or so, I felt a little better, and CVS opened. So I went in there and I shopped real quick for like vitamins and stuff for my family. They had like tissues, vitamins. They actually had some paper towels because they had like a 1 per person thing, but there was a 3-pack, so I got one of those. And then I ended up back in the car. I waited for my sister and her boyfriend. I picked them up from Market Basket, and they put all their stuff in the car. And then we went to the liquor store real quick because, you know, my family's like, we need that in the house. So I could live without it, but they wanted it in the house. So we did that, and then we went back to the house, and I didn't feel like as sick anymore. So once we got home, I took a shower and I dried off. I went back in my room, I sat down, and then all of a sudden I felt like I got hit again, like, but even worse. I felt like I had the chills. I was hot, I was cold, I was nauseous, I couldn't catch my breath, I couldn't breathe. I just felt horrible. Like, I couldn't move. I felt like I was hit with the worst flu in my life, and I was like, oh my god, like, do I have it? I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I need to go to the doctors. I kept checking my temperature, but it was fine. It was 98, and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with me? And I was freaking out. And then I got a it was like 11 o'clock at this point maybe, and I got a doctor's appointment for 1 p.m. and I made it, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, I can't wait that long. Like, I felt like I had the stomach flu last year, and it felt way worse than the stomach flu. And then I called again, and they were like, okay, we can get you in with like the nurse practitioner for 11:40. I was like, okay, I'll take it, I'm going. So my sister ended up bringing me, and I went and I got tested for the flu, and they're like, we really don't think you have the flu, we think you're having an anxiety attack. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not having an anxiety attack? Like, I have anxiety, but like I never have an anxiety attack. And I've never had an anxiety attack before. And they're like, and eventually the test came back negative, and they're like, you had an anxiety attack. And they were like trying to like reassure me that I was fine. And once I got home, for the most part felt better. I still felt a little sick, but I didn't feel like that anymore. So I guess it wasn't an anxiety attack, and I've just never had one like that before. It was insane to have one like that, to feel like you had the flu. It was so bad. So then the next couple of days after that, I just kept finding myself like breathing heavy and not be able to catch my breath and not feeling good, because everywhere you look, like you go on the TV, you go on your phone, that's all you see is like coronavirus updates, and it's just been giving me like a ton of anxiety, I guess, even though like in my head when I think about it, it doesn't, but I guess deep down somewhere it does. So I've been just having a lot of anxiety. Once I finally got to see my boyfriend again, it helped a little bit. Like, I wake up, I have less stress, and I wake up feeling a little better, because I would wake up with the anxiety, and now I wake up and I feel like I feel more calm when I wake up. So it's just been rough in that aspect. I'm too scared to leave the house now. I've been home. I go on like daily walks around my neighborhood. I live in a neighborhood with a bunch of cul-de-sacs, so I just go on walks around there, and then besides that, I'm home. I'm like too scared to leave my house now after the Market Basket thing, because when I was in the store, I wasn't having anxiety, but like I guess I was, and now I'm too scared to leave the house because I'm like, what if it happens again? And my fear is like, obviously everyone's scared about what's going on right now. I am too, but my fear is for after that. I feel like I'm gonna be so secluded in my house for so long and get so comfortable that when the time comes, I'm gonna be too scared to leave my house again once everything's better, that I'm gonna be out of my comfort zone. Like I'm gonna get too comfortable here, and to leave the house is gonna give me anxiety, and to have to talk to people again is gonna give me anxiety because I already have a hard time talking to people. So the fact that I'm gonna be secluded from everyone for so long and then put back into a situation with people, I think I'm gonna panic and not know what to do. So that's my worry, that because I already have social anxiety, that this is just gonna destroy it for me. Like I'm gonna be way worse and not be able to talk to people at all. I'm hoping not, but I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. A lot of my videos turn into like venting sessions. This is already so long, it's already 20 minutes. I don't know how long short I'm gonna cut it to, but I'll try to make it short. But yeah, that's that. I mean, currently we are not on actual lockdown. We got a call from my town saying that they recommend for you to stay home, but we're not actually on lockdown yet. So my other worry is that we are, I mean, I want to be on actual lockdown. I think it's gonna be the best thing to do for the United States, like for this country. I think just to speed this process up to get it for everyone to be better is just to go on a lockdown. But I feel like if we do, I'm not gonna be with my boyfriend, and who knows how long that's gonna be, and that's really gonna suck too. I don't want to be away from him for like 1 to 2 to 3 months. I mean, that's gonna be hard when just the first few days of us not being together was hard. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's how my last 8 days or so have been. I've been starting to work out again. I had been doing like little exercises, but today I actually tried to do like a big one. I did this girl Busy Bee Caris on Instagram. She's from, I think, the UK. She posted like a home workout on her highlight, and I did it today, and oh my god, I was dying after. I was shaking. That was like so hard. I'm so weak, but it's gonna feel good after in the long run. I've been eating a little healthier since being home. I've been playing more card games. It's been fun, and I did my makeup today just to keep myself occupied, and I'm making this video only for the sole fact to keep myself occupied. So I don't know if anyone's actually gonna watch it, but yeah, that was my venting session, my life update so far. That's about it. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see, because I'm gonna be in quarantine for a while. Oh yeah, speaking about my work, I was supposed to go back March 26th. No, yeah, March 26th, and now it's actually closed. The daycare actually closed just for the safety of everyone, so it's now closed until April 6th to be reevaluated. So yeah, I'm home now until April 6th, so you might see more of me, might not, I'm not sure. Let me know some ideas of what you guys want to watch, because I've been majority just watching Netflix and YouTube. And I've been playing Fortnite again, and I haven't played Fortnite in forever, but like I need something to do. So let me know what you want to watch, because I know I want to watch more things, so I can give you some videos if you want to watch something. But that's about it. I'll see you in my next video, whatever it may be. So bye.